Alright, let's see if I can throw out corn and videotape it. So my chickens are usually pretty good about getting corn off the ground. Um, Otherwise we'd have a lot more field mice out here, I think. And we have a few, but I don't think they're benefiting much from corn. I keep most of my corn tossing to open areas, but this morning we've had one of the members of our squirrel family out here, so I'm seeing if I can't get a little bit of corn on the ground where he can get to it. So previously I kind of thought that the squirrels out here were using my property as a bit of a haven by way of trees, but probably going to either side of the property. So we're at the top of a hill, and the hill goes downhill that direction. My yard's the peak, and then it goes downhill that direction. So we're kind of we're the top of the hill, sort of. It's actually higher over there, but their glorious view is the road and my front gate, whereas there's nobody that direction for a very long ways. There's a park, a commercial park, down a little bit, but I don't think they butt up against me directly. I think there's like a canned hunt exotic thing or something. I don't know. There's a bottom of my property butts up against a guy that's got like an 11-foot fence and then triple strand barbed wire at the top. So who the hell knows? But this morning I was out here just talking about my really cool brooder box that's big enough to live in, and a squirrel was 10 foot from me on the ground with my dogs on either side of me. So I thought, well, if you've got fuzzy brass balls to do that, then you can have some free corn. And I did chuck a little on the roof over there because I don't think he would have any trouble getting up there. And the muscovies that can fly have no desire to be on the angled roof. And so whatever I toss up there is probably just for the squirrel, although I haven't seen him up there. I've seen him in this tree, on the ground over there, right next to my chickens, who apparently have no problems with him. Hey there, little Muscovy, you can have some too. And then in these trees, and then he uses my gate and my front forest over there. And yeah, I'll feed squirrels all day long. They're great fun. I love fuzzy little guys. Actually, I think I've got the perfect spot for some squirrel corn. I'm going to keep on videotaping because I think he's probably out here and he's definitely watching me. Doesn't seem to be too worried about me, which is probably a solid plan because I'm pretty sure he's seen me do stuff like this right here. I don't do it enough, but yeah, he's out there somewhere. There you go, buddy. I think it's hilarious what you do for the dog. Oh, got a perfect little hole right there. That's funny. I don't know what I want to do with this section of the yard. The wife's got a pretty good idea over there, and she's got really good landscaping ideas. I'm more of a take wife ideas and plan them to perfection and then never do them, or my brother gets involved and he's kind of both a catalyst and a good small picture guy for me. So he helps me temper my ideas into something that humans can actually accomplish, which is really fantastic that we can kind of get together and do things that look really cool but are practical. So probably gonna develop this area out here a little bit, but what I really need to do is figure out what is not alive, because this looks like a branch, but I don't see a lot of leaves on it. And this guy here is dead. So let's see. A lot of these oaks that we have out here are I think they're very, very old, and I think they have some issues with turning into something of a landscaping nightmare because they start rotting real bad. We don't get a lot of rain here, which is really weird because we live outside of a big city. We're about 50 miles away, and you go into the big city and it's like the crossroads of three very distinct and very different biomes. So we're kind of in a high desert alpine type thing, but not maybe alpine's a stretch of the word. There's changes in elevation and there is water, but it's very seasonal, and it's mostly impounded by humans. And then you go into the city and you've got a little bit of that, and then you've also got prairie, which comes in from the north, and then on the far east side, everything turns to sand, and it's kind of like a beach all the way to the ocean. And it gets a lot of rain over there, and they get all kinds of weird weather that we just don't get over here, like hail and floods and all kinds of stuff like that. And then you don't get that over here. We don't have sand. We barely have soil on my lot anyway, but actually that's part of being on a hill. The farm this direction and ranch that way actually don't seem to have that problem at all. Mostly because I think they've got all my soil. Soil management needs to happen for me. I'm going to end up bringing in the equivalent of another mountain just to be able to get enough soil in the ground that these trees don't take 100 years to get that big. Oh, I hear somebody. Well, I'm under no illusion that he's going to pop in and sit on that branch and eat right in front of me, but I had hoped to see him in the trees. This squirrel is quite the commando, though. I know for sure I've at least got two of them, probably more, but this one was very hungry this morning, I think, because he was on the ground. And this little guy, yes, you're very cute when you sit like that, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Oh, wow. What a good boy. This guy right here wants to protect me from the horrifyingly deadly squirrel. And then that dog right there, if it doesn't have feathers and doesn't bark or is a human, it is food and therefore will be killed and consumed immediately. And that includes everything. If I don't catch frogs and snakes before she does, we have problems. And I've actually, out here, I kicked a coral snake the third month that I was here, I think it was, on my back patio. I kicked it and immediately went into panic mode, and it tried to escape, and she wasn't around yet, I don't think, but my boy tried to eat it, and that was bad. We've had 3 rattlesnakes, I think, out here. And those ones I'm actually a little bit more worried about, although they don't make the anti-venom for the coral snakes that are out here anymore, which is extremely alarming. Hey! I don't need dinosaurs hissing at me. You know. Well, I don't see our squirrel. And I might be talking too loud, and there might not be enough other small creatures on the ground. And or he may have decided to dip. But this is pretty good squirrel habitat here. I should probably think of ways to increase the likelihood that I see a squirrel again. I think I'll put some cameras out in here pointed around I've got 4 out here right now, but they are so hard to catch because they are so well camouflaged. Well, did you guys see them anymore? I barely notice them, the squirrels, unless they get on the gate or on the ground out here because the rocks are so contrasting in color. You really have to be patient and quiet to find the squirrels, and I am none of those things really. But I do have a ring camera up here, and I don't think I actually recorded the video, but I should have. He posed for me. Ran across there, and the ring cameras, they don't move. You can't move them. Those cameras that I have, you can move and you can rotate, but the field of view on the ring cameras is something like 135 degrees. It's really crazy, and he posed for me, and I didn't save it like a dumb human. Huh, Alaric? Well, you keep an eye out on those squirrels, because we want to catch them on video again. That would be great. That would be a wonderful truth.